Hey, how you doing? Say what? Anything in particular you're looking for today? Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm about the opposite of that. I'm about the opposite of that. Yeah, that's for those that's for taking off for 2 or 3 years. Yep. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, I think I got one of maybe not one of the hardest hitting builds, but damn close to it. Probably Striker's a little heavier hitting, but this has got so many weapon damages with this Heartbreaker, blue screen. Yeah, I think it is. And I tried a different experiment this time. Instead of going with the the skill build, I went with the version of it. I went with the sharpshooter so I could use this drone, and it's just tearing every shit up. I don't have to worry about pulsing or nothing. I just send out the drone and they're all messed up. See, look how they're all disorientated and if I get one, I'll drop it to you. Say what? Oh, of course. Yep. Uh, this is a game. This is a game that everybody always abandons, and then they always come back to it. They'll go to the new game. And they've always came back to this game. By the way, you're live on YouTube. I'm not on Twitch right now, but most of the time I'm on either or. So on Twitch it's Bear Buyers, and on YouTube it's Bear Essentials with Bear Buyers. Oh, awesome! Thank you. If you've okay. And if there's anything you're looking for, like I say, we're on always on, and looks like baby's stuck in here, so we'll go kill shit. Uh-oh. And get my stacks built up. Yeah, I am. See what this sounds like. Some of that old division stuff's coming back. Oh no, I thought the first one was way too toxic for me, but my both of my sons were born in when we were stationed in DC, so my youngest son, when he came back from Afghanistan, said I had to try this just to figure out how realistic it was to DC. Hey, don't talk about my grassy ass. Yeah, I can run more missions. With I might switch over to another character, but what else do you need to run? Let me see what I have on my Explorer. You mean the master level or legendary? Let's see what we got here. I need to run Lincoln Memorial real quick. Awesome. Let's do you a favor. If right now, if the directives send me out there to go get something, I do. But I've never been one to enjoy beating up other people and taking their shit. I go in there if somebody's really harassing me, then I'll put on a sniper build, and then I'll sneak around and just one shot him from way far away. Just give him a hell of a time. But no, I don't go in there to shoot people extracting stuff and ruin their day and make them hate the game. I'm not that guy. Ooh, some kind of explosion got me. Hey, killer. Hold on. What'd you say? Yeah. What's that? How do you get it? What? I don't know what gun parts are. There's receiver components, like you said, and you get those from breaking down other guns. Yeah, you just break down other guns. You can go to the summit and do, you could put your anywhere you get loot or do places that you're going to drop more guns than anything. And if you get a gun you haven't got proficient or that's already proficient yet, break it down. Yeah. Well, that basically that's doing both. I'm just running through stuff. Just grinding like normal, trying to get as many exotic parts as possible. Yeah, we can do that next. I don't have a problem with that. I don't think you're up for legendary yet. I've seen you struggle on lesser content than legendary. I really don't want to waste my time. Well, it may be rude, but the truth is the truth. I mean, you're a newer player and you're good. I mean, you're a grinder. That's great. And I'll run heroic with you all day, and we seem to be okay with that. But I'm probably going to go down on legendary, so I need somebody who can stick around a little bit as well. So what I'm saying is, uh, no, no. What I'm saying is, you're better off working on something to get your stuff up than wasting an hour, 2 hours on legendary and then wipe. You know what I mean? Oh shit! Somebody's got in here. He's got ongoing directive giving me hollow point bullets on top of this build. Oh shit! That's gonna be killer. Holy shit! Problem is, I found out that doesn't work. That build and my build, as it is right now, don't work well against the hunters because you don't have nothing to pick up all the rewards from killing people. You know, when you only got 3 or 4 hunters. Yeah, yeah. What are you trying to do? Uh, are you already at your limit? No, it's however your proficiency level is. What's your overall proficiency level? We went over this. When you look at your proficiency level, when you go in there, what's your overall expertise level? So to be level 28, you have to be proficient at almost everything in your inventory except maybe 1 or 2 things. Okay, we'll see what exotic he gives me. And I didn't get the bonus. It's fine. We can run legendary. Let me open these boxes, see if I get any bonus. Man, I haven't got a bonus in probably 3 rounds now. Come on now. The what? On leveling your, so are you proficient in everything? I would use it on resources and then use it all up on getting your stuff up to par, getting up to 28 expertise. Say Roosevelt Island legendary. Is that what you want to do? We have a spot open if you want to jump in. Where you guys at? Yeah, when we got people that don't get up here and play, that's not good. You guys need to shoot that dog on top of the damn roof. Come on now. Is that my prove my point yet? You guys aren't ready. I told you before, I could go down because I'm a DPS on this build. I need somebody that can stay up with me. But if you would see how much damage I'm dealing, and you just can't sit there and hide for this. Oh, I know. I know. Like I say, legendary's no shit. Nope. Don't want to waste my time. Got other things to do. It's because I got it set on heroic. Okay, so you go to the map, and at the bottom it says up for targeted loot, and it says left for global settings. You go to global settings. When it's your map, you're on my map, and you change it to whatever you want. I've set it to heroic because I run heroic all the time. I'm gonna make you leader while I switch to the other character. That way you don't get booted out of here. Ah, shit. I forgot to put my stuff back in the stash. Damn it. Does your Eagle Bear say it's proficient? Okay, so when you go to upgrade your, or when you go to upgrade your thing and you say, do you press and hold upgrade? And down at the bottom, if you're missing any of the ingredients it needs, it'll be in red instead of green. Okay, so press and hold A. Okay, what's your overall expertise level? It's over there where it says expertise level. What? Okay. And your Eagle Bear is at what proficiency? No, it can't be. And yeah, and it can't be at 10. It's got to be at 2. Right. And your overall is at 2, so you got to get your overall up to 3 before you can go to 3. You can only go as high as your expertise level is. You got to get your overall build that I've been working on you for the last week or so, on improving, going to your vendors, doing the name gear, getting people drop it, all that. And you got to get each one of those things leveled up. And then take your exotics, use your resources to level up your exotics, because you're not going to donate to your exotics. So use your resources to get your exotics up and proficient, and just keep proficienting each person. And when you're working on just run through just normal stuff in your world at your level, you put on something new and you eventually upgrade it just by playing with it. I think that's why they made the expertise level anyway, is that way you would kind of force you to play different stuff so you could be proficient at it. So as you play with it, you get more proficient at it naturally by killing things. So you can level it up by just playing with it, or you can level it up by donating stuff to it, or you can level it up by donating the same thing to it. So if you want to upgrade Murakami, you donate Murakami stuff to that. Now, it's not as easy as it is named. You got to donate a lot of stuff because it's 10 times to go one level, and then you got 10 levels to go up. So that's 100 things. Where, as I taught you before, with the named items, it only takes 2 per level. So it only takes 20 items to go all the way from 0 to 10 or proficient. That's why I always ask if there's anything anybody's looking for. And one of the best ways to do is you go around all the vendors. The other thing is there are 3 items at the craft station you can craft and donate. So Savage Wolverine is your AR, your Snippler or whatever it is, the LMG that I can't pronounce very well, and then the Send-Off, which is a shotgun. And you make 20 of those, and then you donate those to each one of those, and you're proficient in those. There's 30 levels right there. You go when you're doing your 15 levels of summit every day. Then you say there's a lot of shotguns you don't have up. You put your allotted loot as shotguns, and you go do them. If you want to get ongoing directive, you figure out where the ongoing directive is going to drop more often, like Downtown West right now. And you go in Downtown West and you do everything you can in Downtown West. You clear out all the the things and all the supply point or the control points and all the little items in there, and especially if your weekly or daily objectives are in that area, knock those out, get them all done, collect all that stuff, bring it back here and donate it. And eventually, sooner or later, you'll go up. And like I told you, when you're running with other people and they're dropping, like right now, I have been no benefit of getting stuff, because I'm maxed out. I literally am trying to find ways to spend money to get shit leveled up because I don't have nothing to spend it on. Yeah, in 12 more days, all that stuff I got, all these levels I keep gaining on all four characters, and it's going to disappear come May 27th. So I'm just literally upgrading everything to level 12 on proficiency, and literally everything's 12. If you look at my stream, let's go down at blue screen 28, Kingbreaker 20. And the only reason those aren't upgraded because they take exotics. You only got so many exotics to go around. Sorry, I'm not Kamikaze Von Doom, and I didn't hit the 999 glitch 5 times. I had to do it the hard way. So, Bullet King 28 level, Capacitor 24 level. Chameleon 12, Eagle Bear 28, St. Elmo's Fire 12, Lady Death is a 17, Scorpio's a 21, Sweet Dreams 12, Manus 18, Ravenous 12, Lexington 12, Pyromania 12, Dark Winter 12. There's one. MP7, perfectly rolled MP7, which I'll never friggin' use. I'm going to go over here and upgrade it because I can. It's only level 3. Well, like I say, if I helped you out, go check out the channel. There might be some stuff over there at the channel that, some of it's kind of old, but I just started working on one. It'll be on my live channel because I haven't turned it into actual videos yet. But I'm talking about close quarters combat, the six attributes of close quarters combat. So everybody works on builds, and then they wonder, well, why aren't they any good? Well, you're not doing the 6 basic things of close quarter combat, in real life, and it works in the game too. Speed, surprise, violence of action, situation awareness, team communications, and proper use of cover and concealment. You do all those perfectly, you'll never lose a fight, no matter what your build is, even if you got a shitty through anything on build on. And trust me, I played with some professional players that are that good, that literally ran through the raid the first 6 months it was up, the Iron Horse raid. I mean the regular raid with the DPS check, and he would literally get paid to get somebody's account and give them the Eagle Bear, and they would literally have a bullshit build because they had nothing on that character, but yet they're paying him $500 to go get an Eagle Bear. And that's why I had 4 characters, because back in those days you had to have a team. You had to have a guy on aces and eights, and I was his backup on his professional team. When he would call, I would have to drop everything I did, and I would go and I would run my 6-piece aces and eights, because that's the only way you could get the bonus back in the day. And if you didn't have a guy with aces and eights that was still alive when you hit Razorback, it was a 2-hour fight. If I hit my shot with 2 other snipers hitting it, we instantly killed Razorback. 1 shot, boom, dead. Go get your keys. Go see if you got your Eagle Bear. And he'd be like, nope. Okay, go to your second character. We got to do it again. And we'd do it again on the second character. And then we'd do it again on the third character. Oh, got it. Thanks, guys. Here, I'm sending you $25 through eBay for your cut. Here you go. It's definitely, and I don't know of any game that wasn't completely, when you peeled the onion back, it isn't all, they're all about the grind, you know. Uh, Either it's PvP and pay to win kind of stuff, or it's you just got to grind. And if you don't like the grind, you're gonna burn out. And yeah, a lot of this stuff is repetitive to hell. There's times that haven't done the daily on the third character, and I'm like, man, I really need to do that. And I'm like, no, I really need sleep more than that. So time to go to bed. Yeah, I believe that 100% anymore. If like um, living with the love of my life about out there, her son couldn't get internet, so he went and lived with his dad, which he hated because he had high speed internet, so he could play WoW with and you know mess around on WoW. Now he also used the thing that I would yell at him when he would do something stupid, and I did once or twice. He was acting like a juvenile, and his mom wouldn't do anything, and he used that as an excuse. Oh, I don't want to live with him. He's mean. Well, I'm sorry, your parents don't let you get away with murder. And then they wonder why, when he grew up, he was such a narcissist. Where'd we go wrong? Well, yeah, maybe it was all that spoiling you did. So yeah, to the end of the month, you want to use up and as all your resources as possible to, and you also want to grind to get your watch score as high as possible. See, that's another thing with you guys being less than 1,000. You don't have all the benefits of a full watch yet. So the 20% headshot damage, 20% crit damage, 20% crit chance, 20% defense, 20% armor efficiency, all that stuff. Till you get over 1,000 levels, you don't have that maxed out. So you're at a disadvantage to anybody that's over 1,000 right off the bat. But like I said, it doesn't mean that you can't do the most serious thing if you know how to play. You can compensate that with good play. Why is that? Is it? Yeah, I thought they ended the. I thought they stopped the. Yeah, because they got accused of. There's some countries like that you can't. You have to know what you're getting up front when you buy something. So the basically when you're buying caches, that's a pay to the win. In a lot of countries, that's illegal. It's it's when you're buying something that's random, like you're buying a cache and you randomly can get stuff. That's basically gambling, according to a lot of countries' laws. Battlefield 2 for the Star Wars game was the first company or the first video game that got in big time trouble for that. And they had to go in and almost revamp the game because of it. Yep. And when that started happening the other day, there was some blowback instantly on that. I want to tell these people start playing Star Trek Fleet Command because it's all pay to play. If you're not paying, you're not winning. Like thousands of dollars. Yeah, I did last year. I spent probably close to 10 grand on that stupid game. It was a while until they upped the damn thing up to 60, and I can't compete with lawyers and shit that's dropping things. And now I just hunker down, and it's one of those games where you get rated and lose everything. So I'm not. Not. It's you can slow burn it, but it's not nearly as fun. And if you're a real fan of the sci-fi series, of course, you always want to get the bigger ships and and the bigger crew, and it's just too easy to spend way too much money on that game. Where you at? That don't sound like that would be healthy for the grapes. I've been through there in truck years ago, but I haven't spent a lot of time up in that area. I think they are. I I think they're trying to get away from anybody using multiple characters. To be honest, because that probably takes a lot of bandwidth, and that was the excuse of increasing inventory. That would take too much bandwidth. But also, that's been one of us content creators' biggest gripes is, hey, you keep giving us more and more gear, but you're not giving us more and more enough space. Because you add a gear set, and then we have four different builds with that new build set, you know, and that's taking up 20, 30 spaces that we don't already have anyway. We had to create four characters just hold the shit. Like right now, I'm moving shit back and forth just so I can have enough space to play with another guy. Whew. Do you know your Acosta Go bag comes in multiple colors? So if you, I don't know if you got the screen up on YouTube. Look at my screen right now. There's a Costa Go bag that's green. There's one with red straps. See, green, red, and there's also blue. It's on another character. I thought there was, or maybe it's green, blue, and yellow. There's definitely three different colors, and I thought there was a black strap at one point, but they're identical. I mean, play wise, there's no difference in those. They do the same thing. They got the same attribute. They're both skill haste and skill damage. You know, they're same, just cosmetically they are different colors. It's kind of cool. That's one of the scripts I'm trying to write for the series for Division 2 or Division. One story, 1 hour episode would be about how Acosta snuck into New York after it was contaminated, and then she got sick and had to struggle to get her way, tried to get herself out, and she died in the tunnels. You remember that from Division 1? No, I'm trying to do that for Hollywood for Netflix. Uh, Justin Thurber was talking about doing a Netflix movie. He got the okay to do a Netflix movie, and then he just wasn't writing the script. He did, I think it was Reds with some maybe Red Alert with Ryan Reynolds and Rock. And me and Kamikaze, and I think it was Sergeant Graybeard was in here one day, and we were running content with Thurber, and he was asking us about some of the ideas. And then because I had it as a video later on, even though you can't hear Thurber talking, you know, um, you could tell we were having a conversation about Division 1 and Division and storyline. And one of my clanmates got on and said, "Hey, instead of making a motion picture on Netflix, why don't you make a Netflix series? Like each episode could be like something different." It's like, yeah, you could do the 2 hour special at the beginning would be the outbreak, and then you could do the division agents, and then the Rikers and cleaners and first first man battalion. You could do one on Acosta. You could do one on, Faye. And then I jokingly said, and Kami, we can do a backstory that, in Division on Wave 2, you were in your C-130 flying over DC, trying to, keep the Rikers, from invading and all that. And they shot your ass down and you were the only survivor. That's how you became an agent. He goes, "Okay, what's your backstory?" I said, "Well, since my boys played Division 2 as, 20-year-olds, they were Division 2 agents. So they got me a job since was a truck driver." I said, "They got me a job driving in New York, hauling dead bodies in a reefer and dropping a reefer out, like out in Jersey somewhere. And there's all these thousands of reefers lined up with dead bodies in it, which sounds much like they did in COVID and not nearly as bad. And one of my trips back into New York, I lost track of my my sons that were agents. So to kind of nobody wanted to give me the answer. So I become an agent to go hunt to find my sons. And finally I found them. They were alive, but um, they ran into some pretty bad shit and got left out to dry in New York and telling me all the bad things. And that's kind of how we came. That's my backstory. And I told GC Rock I was going to write him a backstory. I said, hell, there'll be a season of nothing but backstories on real content creators and their characters. Right. So, yeah, it would be great if, like I say, a lot of people like Jack Reacher. And of course, it's a Tom Clancy thing. So, of course, that's going to get attention just because it's got the Tom Clancy name behind it, even though this was long after he passed away that this even came to concept. But I told people that I was involved in Dark Winter, which is not true. I was involved in an exercise in DC in 1990 when I was in the Air Force that was much like Dark Winter. Um, and it was an exercise on trying to contain a pathogen and the military was playing in DC, and we did a war game for 72 hours, and the politicians played their game, and we failed back then. So, and that was under old man Bush, and then old young man Bush did the same thing, and the military failed again. The whole place failed again. We couldn't keep people contained, you know, and they realized within 72 hours if something was that deadly, like Ebola, it would get out so quick that it would be um, it'd be catastrophic. That's why I know. That's why I know we have a cure for Ebola. We just don't want to share it with the Africans, or we finally did, because when it got here in America, all of a sudden those people that came back that were sick, it usually kills people within 72 hours. The CDC, they got hauled back down to Atlanta, and all of a sudden they got fixed. The two doctors and three nurses that had Ebola that were actually stateside with Ebola, yeah, I told everybody back then. I said that's going to be crazy. We're going to have people like hemorrhagic fever, bleeding out of their eyes, and that's a nasty disease. The only good thing about that disease, it kills so fast. If you just lock everybody down, it'll kill itself right out. Problem is, over in Africa, you got too many people that run off in the bushes that are infected, and then they infect somebody else, and it just keeps going. If they just lock themselves down and kill themselves off, yeah, you'd have an area like the outcast. They get locked in there because they're sick. You wait for them to die, and some of them probably won't die. Even the deadliest snake in the world, there's still a 3% chance of you not dying. We did that, like I say, that was 1990, and then Dark Winter, your game Dark Winter. If you look up Dark Winter, that was a real world exercise. You know that, right? Yeah, Google Operation Dark Winter, and you're going to find out that the government played a game where I think it was smallpox got out in Oklahoma City, and within 72 hours, it had spread throughout the world in the United States. Yeah, they were like, "We're not ready." So yeah, that I think that's the other thing that maybe delayed this when COVID happened. It kind of, I don't think people want movies about that kind of stuff going on right now. COVID COVID was, yeah, this made COVID, people that play this game's like, wait a minute, we've been playing that video game for 6 years. Somebody's playing our video game in real life. Well, not quite. It's not. It's not a super virus. Yeah. Do it again. Now, either one of you guys get lucky enough to get one of the turmoil knee pads? Have you ever played around with those and see what they really do? Oh, they're fucking amazing. So basically, what you do is if there's a yellow, two blues, and seven reds, you concentrate your fire on that that yellow. Everybody else in the room will be dead by the time you kill the yellow, and you haven't even shot them. They could be in cover clear across the 20 feet away if they're more than 20 feet. That's or 20 meters, 30 meters. So anybody around 30 meters, instead of you doing, it takes you longer to melt the guy you're actually shooting, but everybody within 30 meters dies because they're getting 50% of the damage you would have been doing to the guy you're shooting is going to somebody else within 30 meters, but it's amplified. So it's about 3 times as more powerful than the thing you're shooting at the yellow. So if you're running with me with this build, you'll watch and I'm shooting a yellow guy, but you'll see other people dead and you'll just think I'm shooting all them. No, I didn't touch them. Didn't touch them. They just dropped dead from being shot from the amplified gun. Yep, that's what's doing it. And then with the blue screen, it's all about building up the stacks. And then when you throw your skill out there, or you're running the pulse from the the strikers the drone that you get from sharpshooter, um, it pulses all the time, so it's like it starts over again, and it's constantly making them like let me look at the gun. So what it does is at 50 stacks, it gives them pulse, disrupts, disorientates, marks all the enemies within 10 meters for 5 seconds. So they're all walking around stupid, so they can't shoot you. So that's what I'm saying. My build has to get those stacks up, and then once it does, everybody's just walking around stupid and dying. Right? Right. All I got to do is shoot them a little bit. So I shoot them once and, like a little bit. Or, yeah, the turmoil doesn't do the damage that gives me the credit for that. But sometimes it does stupid things. But again, most of those guys are dead by the time. All I want to do is use all that staggering to stagger the yellow so he don't get up and start, you know, let loose with a big gun or whatever. As long as I got him staggered and bewildered and all the other junk, he's going down like a gay waiter. So running with you guys was the first time I tried that sharpshooter build. Usually I ran the technician, but that sharpshooter seemed to really do a lot more damage. Okay, anytime. Did we add you as a friend? Awesome. Okay, be good. Well, I'm gonna go get something to drink and see if I got enough stamina to stay awake for the rest of the night or just go to bed. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.